Are we ever too old in life to start again? Is it ever too late to change direction of where our life is heading? I don't think so. And no matter whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s or older, it's never too late. Why? Because this is our life. We only get one crack at this. So if something isn't quite serving us and it's not fitting right with where we are right now, we owe it to ourselves to make that change. So if you're feeling a little bit stuck at the minute and not sure exactly how to move forwards, or some big life-changing events has happened and come your way, then this episode on Life with Paul M might just be for you. So I believe major moments of change in our life happen because of one of two reasons. Either A, something happens beyond outside of our control and we have to react to it. Life happens, what are we going to do about it? Or B, we've just not been feeling right about something and we've actually decided on the front foot to make change. Either way, we feel vulnerable. It's the fear of the unknown. It's not an easy place to be. However, the good news is by pushing forwards, it can open up a whole new world, no matter what we don't know about it and how scary that might well be. So I'm going to share a little bit what's happened to me over the last 3 or 4 years. Not because my story is particularly any different than anybody else's, or that my difficult moments in life have been any more difficult than anybody else out there. But I want to share with you more the life lessons, the experiences, what I took from events that have come my way. And it might just help people and resonate with where you are right now, or maybe even give you a little bit of strength and hope and belief of what you're working through at the minute. So, last 3, 4 years, what's happened? My beloved dad got terminal cancer. He then passed away. My ex-wife wanted a divorce. Got divorced. We co-parent a little beautiful daughter called Estella. So that was 50-50 co-parenting. Then my ex-wife decided to go and move 50 miles away. So I had to pick up my life, drive up the road so I could carry on co-parenting and go start somewhere else where I knew nobody or nothing about the area. Business-wise, a business that I was so passionate about. I was crazy about it. You know, it stopped serving me the way that it used to do. It didn't fulfill me like it did. And so then life's forced a few changes on me, but it's about how I've reacted and what I've taken from it. So now at 50, how did I get to 50, by the way? It seems like yesterday I was passing my driving test, or even at school getting a C me on my homework. But life goes by fast, and that's one of the reasons that we have to take some sort of control of where we're going with it. And while I might not have wished for any of the things that have happened to me over the last 3 or 4 years, I'm actually in a completely different place in my life. And it's interesting because stuff happens. How do we react about it? And I never wanted a divorce, mainly because when you get married, you sign up for life. And if you've got children, you want to give them that stability of having both a mum and dad there at any given time. But where I am now in my life, I've been able to focus on, first of all, my daughter, that's my life, but then I've been able to focus on myself. And that's included travel. The last couple of years I've been on a few life-changing trips. I went to America and I drove a big part of Route 66. And it was like the moment that my life finally stood still for a minute and I could smell the roses and just breathe and reset. And in the summer that's just passed, I went to Peru with a group of people, and the most fantastic life-changing trip. And one night I'm even in the jungle in the Amazon rainforest and I'm doing a plant medicine called ayahuasca, and it just gave me a whole different way to look at life, you know. So I guess life happens, but what can we take from it? And also when we go through difficult moments in life, grief, business, general stuff, what it does, it creates a different layer of resilience that you'd never get otherwise. So what can we take from difficult moments in life? Can we create more empathy for other people as well because we've got more understanding? Do we look at life through slightly softened eyes with a different perspective? You know, so what stops us from making that change if we're a little bit stuck? We soften that inner voice. Let me know in the comments. Who else has an inner voice that at times won't shut up? Can't just be me, can it? Maybe. But that inner voice that's often there in our ear, and it doesn't stop a lot of the times. more often than not, it's not being very supportive. It's in worry mode. It's in panic mode. It's overthinking stuff. Does that resonate with anybody? Because most of the things that we worry about in life, they never even happen. So why do we use so much energy on stuff that most likely won't happen? And if it does, guess what? We always find some way to work through it, no matter what. So it's about sometimes calming down the inner voice and I guess going through our gut instinct of what we think is right. You know, if you're spiritual, you might think it's your higher self, it's your soul speaking. It's just your instinct, whatever name you want to put on it. But often our instinct, more often than not, is the right thing to do. Whereas that talking keeps us trapped, going round in a loop of same thing. You know, it's trying to protect us. But more often than not, it's holding us back in a situation. So it's the inner voice. And of course, we don't want to also make big life-changing decisions that affect other people without really giving it a prolonged time of thinking about the pros and the cons and how it's going to affect other people. But at some stage in life, you've got to take the bull by the horns and move forward with different change, whatever else it might be. You know, because what served us in the past, what I used to enjoy in my 20s and 30s, going to watch Man United, partying, getting drunk, socialising, chasing after lots of women, whatever it is you used to be into, hell raising, I loved all of that. But it didn't serve me when I got to my 40s. It certainly doesn't serve me now I'm in my 50s. You know, the people that we have in our life, sometimes people come into our lives for different chapters. You know, you've got friends and you've got a lot of love and things in common with them, but sometimes you grow in different directions. You know, certain conversations that used to be of interest to you don't really float your boat, don't fulfill you anymore. So you go down the road of trying different hobbies, going on different types of holidays, talking to new people. So we evolve as people. It's natural. If we didn't evolve, we'd have something to worry about, wouldn't we? You know, because, for example, a tree doesn't just grow to a height normally. It will grow a bit higher and higher as it gets older. And I think that's how we should grow, you know, and be interested in different things. And that's why sometimes we have to make this change, or if change is forced on us, how do we look at it? What kind of positive mindset do we have? What can we learn from it? What can we take from it? Because if you're starting again at whatever age you are, you're not starting again from zero. You're not starting again from here. You're starting from where you are in life. All those years of experiences, all of those good moments, bad moments, tough moments, lessons learned, and that beautiful thing called hindsight that we only learn after the event. You now have all of this. So when you're starting again or going in a different direction, you're starting from such a high level to move further forwards. You know, I don't think we should live a life of regret. As I said before, time goes really quick. And I think in life, we owe it to ourselves to give it a good go. I think if you've been lucky enough and blessed to have good parents, you owe it to them to have made the most of your life. You owe it to your younger self as a kid, you know, to have gone for it in life. And if you're a parent, you owe it to your children to be the role model to say, don't feel stuck and sit with it. Make a change. And I'm not even going to talk about materialistic financial success. We all love money. We all like money. We all need money. But I'm talking about your life journey of what are you achieving in this life? Because if we're too driven by money and we put too much weight and emphasis on it, guess what? We'll very, very, very rarely ever be satisfied. Why? Because no matter how much you earn at work, what car you buy, what house you buy, what holiday you go on, these are only very, very small moments of extreme high. I'm so happy about this. Whew, I don't have to worry about that. But guess what? Life moves forward and there's always more little mini challenges ahead of us and worries and concerns. And guess what? We get used to that car. We get used to that house. We want more, more, more. And never take away ambition. But keep ambition and fulfillment as two different things. Fulfillment is within. And if you're looking to fill yourself from the outside, you're always, guess what? You're always going to be hungry because you've got to fill yourself, nourish yourself from within. So how do we do that? Fair question. It's about finding your purpose What's your passion? How do you feel about helping other people? What do you enjoy doing? What are you learning? How are you developing? What's that feeling that you get from doing a certain thing? You know, why am I now going into a world that I know nothing about, of being a life and a business coach? Because I've had 25 years of running my own businesses, loads of ups, loads of downs, on loads of life lessons, personal life lessons and business life lessons. And I know what it feels like to be stuck. I've had mental health challenges myself. I've been diagnosed with ADHD, insomnia, anxiety. You could probably say depression as well. So I understand what things feel like. I know what it feels like to lose a mum and a dad. I know what it feels like to go through a divorce and have to tell your daughter that mummy and daddy are splitting up. So I know what these things feel like. So I now want to help people that are maybe still a little bit stuck and going through their difficult challenges at the minute, and give them a chance to breathe and to unload and to share and put things in order. And maybe I can give them some advice or bounce back information that they give me to help them see with a bit more clarity, a bit more calmness, and also get a better perspective. Because what's got through the difficult moments in my life has been perspective. Sure, things can always be a lot better in every area in life, but they can, guess what, be a hell of a lot worse. Does that make sense of anybody? So it's having a perspective and building a positive mindset, because then when life happens, yes, we will fall over at times and we will feel down, but we can pick ourselves up a lot faster to move forward, to make a positive impact. Because when we get towards the end of our life, and we're all going to get there if we're lucky enough, as we get older, we don't want regrets, because you don't get a refund. You don't get a chance to go again and say, I'm really sorry, I didn't quite give that a go. Can we go back a little bit and try? Not at all. I would rather know in life, knowing from experiences, than get old and die wondering about coulda, woulda, shoulda. You know, I've got friends that never made it to 50, school friends, 3, 4 friends, beautiful souls that are now up there with the angels, at source, with spirit, whatever you want to call it, or wherever you think people go. And they didn't get the chance to have this moment in their life. So we shouldn't take life for granted. Life is an absolute gift. And I feel it's our purpose to enjoy life, not to hurt others. We'll all make mistakes, but I think we should own our mistakes. I think that's important, and we can grow from it. And just go for it. And just go for it. And grow and gain all of these experiences. So let me know anyway. Let me know in the comments, how's this video sat with other people? What have you taken from it? You know, if there's somebody that you feel is a little bit stuck or just going into a new chapter of their life, maybe share it with them. It might just sit with them at the right timing. And thank you for joining me. Any likes, any comments, if you subscribe to the channel, it would really help me get out there to more people on YouTube, just so they might hear my conversation on the right moment. And this channel I'm building, I don't know it all. Nobody knows it all. This channel I'm building is for everybody to kind of help each other. So what you share in the comments of what you're going through right now, or what helped get you through something else, it might just sit and help with somebody else as well. So please share in the comments anything that you think could be valuable. Thanks for joining me on Life with Paul M. I'm sending you all so much love, positive energy. If you're feeling stuck, try and calm the mind down and go more with your gut instinct, your higher self. The advice that you would give somebody else, because that's normally you being your best version. Be kind to others. Don't take things more seriously in life than we need to. And remember, wherever we are right now, if it's difficult, this moment will pass. How many difficult moments have we all been through in life? It feels like the world's coming to an end almost. But guess what? The great thing about humans is we find a way to move forwards. And if you can take something from those moments, then that's the best that we could wish for. Have a super day. Thank you, everybody. Namaste.